Hello friends, let's finish our lesson number 5, substances in daily life, their properties. Now in the last lecture we have already discussed boiling point and melting point. In this lecture we are finish our topic freezing point. Now what is a freezing point? With the example we let's discuss, that is the water kept in the fridge or in the ice become cooler and cooler, that is its temperature falls. At a certain temperature water does not get any cooler but start freezing and form ice. The temperature at which this happen is called as a freezing point. Now the temperature of substance fall below 0 degrees Celsius, and the temperature of air in the freezer of a refrigerator is around minus 18 degrees Celsius, and the rest of the temperature in the fridge is 10 degrees Celsius. Now each substance has a specific boiling point which is also its condensation point. Condensation is the point where the vapor starts cooling and convert into liquid. That is a condensation. That means the boiling and the condensation point is the same. Each substance has a specific melting point which is the same as its freezing point. This is very important, students. Now various uses of chemical changes in physical state. Now candles are made by melting paraffin wax. Solid carbon dioxide used to make ice to form a dry ice. Liquid nitrogen used in the animal husbandry, that is they have used to freeze the meat products. Sand is melted to make glass, and metal like gold and silver are melted to make ornament. Iron is melted to make tool. This is the various uses of changes in physical state. Now move on to the next page, 36. In the 36 page number we have learned to understand the topic sublimation. Now what is a sublimation? The change of a solid, look at here, the change of a solid substance directly into a gas or vapor without first changing into a liquid is called sublimation. Up to this lesson we have understand that when we are heat any substance, it is convert from solid to liquid and liquid to gas, but the condition is that the substance when we heated it directly convert into the gases is called as a sublimation. The best example in our daily to day life, that when we are worshipping puja, the kapur is when we heated kapur, it is directly convert into the vapor. It is the sublimation process. Now you have given the can you tell. How will example is also given, that is when you open a box of kapur, it smells spread all around. Why does this happen? Because the solid kapur is directly converted into the air form, vapor form, that is in the gaseous form, that is there is sublimation process happening. Can you tell how will you identify the following? A glass, a rod, a door, a white powder. You have given question. To answer is about that, you consider their properties, their transparency, how they are transfer, hard, whatever their weight and their color, the sound produced from it. According to, if you want to prepare any transparent, if you want to see through it, then we use the glass. If we want to any substance which is very solid, then we use the metal. That means that according to their properties we use all these substances. Now move on to the next page number 37. You have given different properties of the substances. If any substances, look at here, if we hold a chalk with which we are write on the blackboard, it's easily break. Okay, again bricks, it can is alam, fitkari, glass or rajgiravadi, these are easily break. Means that substance are said to be brittle. This property of substance is called as a brittleness. Now, what is, look at here, The man is hammering a nail into the wooden board. That means that the nail easily piercing wet mud but not a piece of wood. It can pierce a cardboard sheet and some effort. Why does this happen? Because of the hardness of a substance. Determined by how much resistance offered to substance being pushed through it. From this we know that the strong substances like the wood, the metal, they have a hardness property. Now the next one is elasticity. If you hold a rubber band in your hand and try to stretch it, it changes shape. That means it's stretched up to its limit and changes its shape. If you release it again, it's come to its original position. This is the property elasticity. And the next property is the fluidity. Fluidity means how it flow. Yes, here you have given water, oil, different oils on the board. We can easily flow the water on the surface of table or anywhere. That means its fluidity is more. Again, if we use this experiment on different oil, just like coconut oil, castor oil, mustard oil, sunflower oil, various types of oils, vegetables oil. The different substances, different oils have their different fluidity, means capacity to flow. This is the property fluidity. The next one is the densities. If the last topic on the page, if two blocks of same size, one wooden and the other iron, are weighed in a balance, how would they compare? They compare with their length, they compare with their density. That means the mass of different substances having the same volume can be different. This difference is because of the difference in the density. That is how the material is prepared with the dense material. Between substances of same volume, the ones with greater density are heavier than those of lesser density. This is means the next property is the density. And the next one is the solubility. That is how, move on to the next page. Solubility. Look at in the picture, you have seen that there are kerosene and water. That is it possible that the salt and sugar, it is soluble in water? Yes, we are doing many experiments about the solubility. So in a liquid, it is said to be insoluble in that liquid. That means that kerosene, it is insoluble in liquid. The property of a substance getting dissolved is called as its solubility. Now the next one is a transparency. When we look at in the picture, the girl is looking from the window pane. When we can look through a substance and see things on other side, then that substance is said to be transparent. And this property is called as a transparency. For example, glass, some type of plastic, clean water and air are transparent substances. Now can you tell, here some substances are there. Here is a gold and the another one is a iron. Now substances like copper, gold, iron, aluminum are called metals. Metals are found in the form of minerals deep inside the earth. From where we got these metals? We got these metals deep inside the earth in the mines. Minerals from the earth's crust are proceed to obtain the metals, and in day-to-day life metals have various important uses. Let's study some common properties of these all metals. Now look at in the picture, again the man is hammering a nail. On hammering repeatedly, the wire becomes flat. When you take a wire, aluminum wire, copper wire, when you hammering repeatedly, then it forms a thin sheet. That means that metals can be converted into sheets by hammering. This property of metals is called malleability. This chapter is also very important for the further 9th and 10th standard, because there are metals and non-metals are there, and many properties of metals we can discuss there. Now again move on to the next chapter. Next page number 39. Look at here, students. You have found that there is a many copper wire and aluminum wire. Now, when you visit a blacksmith shop to observe how this hammering causes it to stretch, iron bars made to revolve continuously while being hammered because longer. The iron can be drawn into a wire. Metals can be stretched and drawn into wire. This property of metals is called as a ductility. Ductility means when we are stretch them, a fine wire we can drawn from it. It's called as a ductility. Metals like silver, gold, copper, platinum can be drawn into fine wires. Now, can you tell? A wall made of plastic or wood? Because are a bad conductor of electricity. To prevent from shocking, we are use these boards made up of plastic and wood. Second one, the handle of cooker is made of plastic. Why? Again, from resist heat. Because if we use the handle made up of with the iron, then how can we hold it? As it got heat, it becomes hot, and we got a heat from it. To prevent from it, they are made with plastic handles. Electricity flows through metals. All metals are conductors of electricity to a greater or lesser extent. This property is called electrical conductivity. And what is thermal conductivity? It shows that metal allow heat to flow through them. This property is called thermal conductivity. Metals have typical shine or luster. Every metal has a characteristic color by which it can be identified. That is, iron have a different color, copper have a different color, aluminum have a different color, all silver, all platinum and gold have a different color. That they have a color. Characteristic is color, luster, they have a luster, shine. That is, these are the properties of metals. In your notebook, you have to write these all properties and these all properties of also the substances in your notebook in briefly. Okay. Now here again try this in the last paragraph you have given. Plug the string of a musical instrument like tanpura and veena. What happened? It's makes sound. Yes. Strike a wooden table or a marble floor with a wooden stick. Also it make a sound. That means that metal produce a ringing sound. This property is called a sonority of metals. Sonority means making sound, producing sounds. Different metals have a different sonority, mean different sound they have. Here students, our chapter is finished and I have given all these exercise. Here you have to note down in your notebook and send me the pic of it.